don't know.
Didn't you throw them out?
No.
I thought we threw them out. I thought maybe they came back all on their own. They're haunted pumpkins.
No, they're not.
I bet they are. They look suspicious to me.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Should we leave them on there during the show?
If you want to.
Maybe we should, because I'm afraid if we mess with them, they'll mess with us back. Oh, you know what'll really mess with them pumpkins?
What?
If we cook with pumpkin today.
Yeah.
That'll show them who's boss.
Yeah.
So, what should we make?
Pumpkin bread?
Pumpkin bread. That's a great idea. Hi, I'm Dad.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to the show. Today we are making
Pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin bread. I know it's not a real clever title, but we're still working on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Almost as much as we love pumpkin pie.
Actually, I love pumpkin pie more than pumpkin bread.
I think I do too, but it's a close second.
Yeah.
Now, normally we will start with a cake mix or some other kind of easy way to get into it, but you can go to the store and buy pumpkin bread mix, right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't need us to tell you how to do that. You just read the instructions.
Yeah.
So we are going to make pumpkin bread from scratch.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to start with flour and add all kind of stuff. And it's a lot easier than you think it is.
Uh-huh.
So here are our ingredients. We have 2 cups of sugar, which seems like a lot of sugar. 2 cups of flour. And in this little container right here, we have a mixture of baking soda, baking powder, and salt. It's half a teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Or
And
baking powder.
This right over here, you can see the little silver can that's baking powder, which is different from baking soda. Right? It also calls for some spices. You can't have pumpkin something without pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Just like everyone gets pumpkin spice coffee and pumpkin spice tea and pumpkin spice air freshener and pumpkin spice oil changes and pumpkin spice shoes. And
I think they get the point.
Yeah. Anyway, you're not getting pumpkin flavor. You're just getting the pumpkin spice. That's important to note. I was very disappointed when I got pumpkin spice coffee and it did not taste like pumpkin pie. I was very disappointed. So what we are using are 3 spices. We have, let's see, that's the cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And that it's a teaspoon of each that goes into the bread. But we're taking a little shortcut. We are using pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah, pumpkin pie spice.
Which you can buy in the store. And since 3 teaspoons equals
1
tablespoon. We use 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. So yeah.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, I like pumpkin.
I know.
Now, you don't have to soften your butter, but I usually do. It makes things a lot easier. And one of the most time-consuming parts of this recipe is creaming the... I'm sorry, am I boring you?
No, I had to yawn.
Let's just take a nap during the show. Oh, okay. It's creaming the butter and the sugar. So we already started that here in the mixing bowl. Go ahead and turn it on, and we'll let everybody see. Yeah. You can see how that's getting nice and smooth, and you can just cream that.
Yeah.
But that right there, that consistency is probably where we want to be at to start with.
Yeah.
And because we've already started that, I'm going to take the sugar and the butter off the counter here because we already have that. This is flour. We're going to leave that there.
Oh.
Yeah, we have to add that in just a minute. Take that out of the way. Now, while that is creaming, what we're going to do is prepare the flour. This is what she was grabbing the flour. So we're going to get a mixing bowl, and we're going to put 2 cups of flour in it. Whoop, whoop.
Carefully.
Yeah. There we go. 2 cups of flour.
There you go.
And we're going to add the salt, baking soda, and baking powder to the flour. And we're going to add the spices. Now the way you should go about this kind of thing, whatever kind of cake you make, is always add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And just to make sure everything gets mixed up consistently, you see what we're doing, we're just whisking the flour and everything together. There we go. That ought to be good. I'll get this out of the way. All right. Don't add it yet. Don't add it yet. We're not ready yet.
I'm not.
Next is the eggs. So let's cut that off, and we'll add the eggs. Here's her handy dandy egg cracker.
If you don't have one, you just use your hands. But I'm using an egg cracker.
There we go. Let me get this. Whoa, it took all this stuff with it. Just crack it down into the bowl. Here, go to the side, maybe. There you go. Boom.
Bullseye.
And so we'll start that back to mixing. Whoa, I turned it up too high. It's going to fly out of there. Run for your life!
Dad!
Okay, we're safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other egg?
Yes, the other egg. Really should turn it down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Boom. There we go. And now we're gonna.
2 points.
Put that aside. We're gonna let that mix together and get nice and creamy gooey. Guess what the next thing we add is?
The dry ingredients.
Actually, we're not. We have one more wet ingredient. We have pumpkin, and we're going to use a can of pumpkin. Now, this is important. You can't see me way over here. This is important to remember. You need a can of pumpkin, not a can of pumpkin pie filling, because the pumpkin pie filling already has spices in it, and you'd be doubling up on spices, and that would not be a good pie. No. So here I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm strong. Here, I'll get the. And we will stop this from mixing.
It's gonna. Yep, I figured.
There you go. Whoop! Whoa! Well, that was a good save. I gotta wash my hands. That was gross.
I'm adding the pumpkin from the can.
Oh, I should get a little shot of me doing that. See, we're just breaking it out. Now this is just raw pumpkin, sort of raw. Yeah, I think it is raw.
It looks raw, but it will taste good once it's cooked.
Yeah. Now, if you want to be adventurous and you want to do something with the pumpkins you had left over decorating your house from Halloween, you can take these pumpkins, like these guys right here, and bake them in your oven.
Once you get the seeds out.
Yeah, you clean out all the seeds and the stringy stuff.
Yeah.
And then you will throw away the stem on top and take what's left and divide it into fourths. Quarter it just like you would an apple. Lay it on a baking sheet, put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour. And that's with the skin on. You can go ahead and skin it if you want to, but it's a lot easier to bake it with the skin on, because then the skin just peels right off. And then you have pumpkin, just like what we're getting out of this can here. Except that it's already cooked pumpkin, so you got to be careful about that. Want me to help a little bit?
Please, I'm getting stuff on my hand.
All right. There's a towel right there. You can wipe off while I get the last of the stubborn pumpkin out of this can.
Yeah, I spilt it on the thing here.
Oh, it's okay. Kitchens are made to get dirty because it's just, you clean the kitchen every single day.
I got more of it out than you are.
Well, of course, you started it. I'm just getting what's left. Oh, no batter.
Ew. What in the world is that batter supposed to be?
That's cream sugar. That's the sugar butter, and eggs that you put together. It's not batter yet. It's just a creamy mixture. So now we're going to...
Lock it and then turn it on.
Yep. And watch it mix up. You can see that shadowy thing there.
Yeah.
Now, another thing you'll need to do is like scrape the sides. You can see where it bunches up.
Yeah.
Safety tip, cut the mixer off before you scrape the sides, because sometimes you'll snag the spatula into the mixing blades and it'll, oh man, that's a pain.
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you before?
Yes, yes, yes it has.
When?
I don't know specifically. I don't remember all my mishaps. There are too many mistakes in my life to remember them all. No extreme close-up.
You did it to me last time.
I know.
So I wanted to get you back for it.
You ever wonder why pumpkins all become jack-o'-lanterns and there are never any Jill-o'-lanterns?
No.
I do. I wonder that. I think in this modern age, we should have Jill-o'-lanterns.
I don't think so, Dad, because there's no fruit called Jello.
No, they're pumpkins. You take a pumpkin and make it into a jack-o'-lantern at Halloween, but why can't it be a Jill-o'-lantern?
Because it's not shaped like a Jello.
Not Jello. Jill. You know, like Jack and Jill.
Oh.
Yeah. A Jello lantern, that would be very interesting, I think.
I've never heard of a Jello.
Oh, Lord,
Will, be quiet!
I've set the dog off. She's our fierce little guard dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn back to face me. Boo! Darn it never works. All right. We are going to add the flour now. I'll take the baby camera. And what we're going to do, let's do it this way, because I have a shovel. Let's do it this way.
It's more like a spatula.
Yeah, it's a spatula. But we're going to add a little bit at a time. See? Do it like that. Just a little scoop at a time. And just to go over it again, what we started with was a stick and a half of butter and 2 cups of sugar. And we put that into the mixing bowl and let it mix together, and that's called creaming it together, because it smooshes the butter up into the sugar and makes a nice cream. Then we added 2 eggs and let that mix. Then we added a can of pumpkin and let that mix. And now we're adding 2 cups of flour.
Scoop by scoop.
And it's not just flour, it is also baking soda, baking powder, and salt mixed into the flour. Now this is all-purpose flour, not self-rising.
What if it was all rising?
Self-rising, then you wouldn't add the baking soda and baking powder. Because that's what self-rising means. It already has those ingredients in it. I like to use all-purpose flour because you can use it for everything. Like if I'm going to make biscuits. Biscuits.
Is that it?
Pretty much. That's good enough. That's like a gram of half a gram. You know, I don't know metrics, so I'm guessing that's a gram. 1/100th of a pound or something. I don't know. Ooh, that's gonna be a mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we get it in there. Ta-da!
There we go. You can see more of the pumpkin than all the other ingredients.
Yeah, it turns orange because it is pumpkin. It is pumpkin bread.
Yeah, because that's what you add into it.
Oh, now that's looking good, doesn't it?
Yummy. Smells good.
In fact, I think that's about right. So if you want to cut it off. Whoops. And we're going to lift this up so that maybe the batter will drip. Like, see, it won't drip now. When I didn't want it to drip, it dripped. But now we want it to drip and it won't drip. It's craziness. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, do that. I don't care.
Don't do what?
I don't know. I'm just playing. All right. Now, this recipe makes 2 small loaves.
2 of them.
Or you can make 1 large loaf. You get a larger pan. We have a larger pan, like a nice sized bread pan.
Yeah, but this recipe we're doing calls for 2 loaves.
And remember, just because the pans say non-stick doesn't mean
They are.
stuff won't stick. So always spray your pans.
Yeah.
And if you want to go the extra step, flour them too. You could just throw some flour in there and fluff it around till all this oil has flour all over it. Makes it even more non-stick. That's, yeah. Cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to...
That's what I was going to do.
Well, why didn't you? I said go ahead and do it.
You told me not to.
Well, you're the chef. I'm just the assistant. You can do what you want to do.
Since it's a little gooey. I also didn't want to get it on me again.
Well, if you've got clean hands, you can just use your fingers and rake this off. But I think that's good enough. Now I see some flour stuck to the side of the pan, so we're going to give this a little turn. What we're going to do is we're just going to
Mix it up.
mix it a little bit by hand. Now,
And then we're going to pour it into
if
the
you've got
pans.
one big pan, it's easy because you just put it all into that pan. But we have 2 little pans, so we have to divide it evenly into both of them.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to take a scoop,
Glop.
glop it into there, and then we'll take a scoop and glop it into here. And just keep going back and forth.
Until they're even.
And sometimes you have to borrow a little bit from one to put into the other.
It's a little too much in that one.
And if you get one loaf bigger than the other, that's fine because you're not in a contest. You're just going to eat it anyway.
Yeah. With your family or by yourself, if you're living by yourself.
Now, funny little thing, we always bake these recipes first so we can show what it looks like when it's done. So you're not standing here waiting on us to get done. But last night it was so good, we tore into it, and we ended up with only 1.5 loaves to show you guys.
I wonder where it is.
That's right behind us in the cake pan. All right, see how I'm having to borrow from one to put into the other because I want to make sure that they're even.
Yeah, I know.
Here, let me. Oh, I try to be neat, but I get this stuff everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a thicker batter than cake, but not as thick as bread.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere in between. And there we go. We're going to clean that up a little bit.
Do you know any jokes for the show?
Why did the toothbrush cross the road?
Why?
To have a change of paste.
Nice try.
Nice try. So anyway, we'll clean these up, get this off the sides, and make sure the batter's all down in there and kind of level. And what we're going to do is not just stick them in the oven. We're going to take a pan
And put them on it.
put them on the pan because that's a lot easier to pick up than a couple of bread pans. Getting out of
Yeah.
the oven. Plus, it helps them cook more evenly. And we're going to put it in the oven at 325 degrees for 65 minutes. Now, I know that sounds like an awful long time to bake something,
Yeah.
but trust me, that's the time. I didn't believe it either. So last night, after we made the test run, I set the timer for 35 minutes, thinking, yeah, they're small loaves. That should be it. Nope, still gooey. So I did it 15 more minutes, still gooey. And 15 minutes later, they were finally done. That's 65 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
You should put them on for 65 minutes instead.
Yeah. My advice is to do it at 55 minutes because your oven may not have the same temperature as my oven, or you might not have held your mouth right, or done the cake dance before. Wait. We forgot to do the cake dance.
Dad, there is no cake dance.
There ought to be. There should be a cake dance.
I wish we could make up one.
Yeah. So, once you're done, ta-da! Pumpkin bread. Oh my gosh, that smell. Just the smell of it. I know. Now I cut our loaves in half because they fit better into the storage container that way, because we had them, stacked up right like that. But just look at that. Orange and pumpkin-y. You will not find pumpkin spice anything out there that tastes this good, because it doesn't have pumpkin in it, which is very disappointing.
Give me a slice, please.
Okay, let's get here. We'll sample it right in front of everybody.
Yeah, you can have a slice too.
So we're gonna slice it and see how it slices up so firm. Nuts are optional. We don't like nuts in our pumpkin bread, but of course you can add nuts. I'd suggest pecans. Pecans go well with pumpkin flavor or sweet potato. It's got Rachel's seal of approval.
Yummy!
Yummy. So I think that's the first thing we've done from actual scratch, that we didn't start with, some kind of mix or something easy.
Yeah.
So I know it seems a bit tougher, but it's something you can do, because we believe in you. And I believe you're out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks to everyone who made brownie cake, our last episode, and posted their pictures of brownie cakes.
Yeah. And our next show is going to be me and one of my friends making pancakes.
Yes, our goal is to make banana chocolate chip pancakes. We're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Because we won't have anything made, we won't have a test run. We're going to be doing it straight first shot.
Yeah.
And we're about to pack up here and go over to
my friend,
our best friend's house,
Jessica.
And we're going to film over there, our first on-location show.
Yeah, and she's going to be with me, and my dad's going to film the whole thing.
I'll be behind the camera.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah. So it'll be Chef Rachel and a new assistant.
Yeah.
You won't see this ugly face anymore.
You're not ugly.
Thank you. That's sweet of you, but you're contractually required
Want
to
a
say
bite?
that. No. I'll get some later.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is delicious. And I guarantee you will enjoy it. Again, I'm going to post the recipe in the comments, the description, below. And if you make some of this and you like it, let us know. If you make some of this and get food poisoning, please go to the hospital. If you make some of this and it breaks into a fist fight over who gets the last piece, please film it.
Just do rock, paper, scissors, whoever.
Absolutely. Violence is never the answer.
If it's down to the last slice and two people want the last slice, just do rock, paper, and scissors, and whoever wins gets that slice. Okay?
She beats me all the time at this scene. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I won! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! You get the slice. Fine.
See, just like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm Dad.
And I'm Rachel.
And this has been Chef Special. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Who's going to go turn the camera off?
What?
Somebody has to go turn the camera off.
That's gotta be you.
I'm scared.
Why?
I don't know. I have to go way over there. And they're over there. If I go over there, they might get me.
No, Dad. Who are you talking about?
The people who what? Oh. Echo just started talking. That is so creepy. I knew it. Haunted pumpkins.
We'll all be quiet!
Don't yell for the dog, because he's screaming into the microphone and they don't want to hear that. They don't want to see the,
you might want to cut that out when you edit.
We really do need to end the show. You're dropping it on the floor.
I don't mean to.
I know you don't. Dog will eat it. Dog loves it too. Nobody does not love this stuff. All right, I'm going over here, and if they bite me, you have to